I need you to think back to the happiest day of your life. Really picture it. The smells, the sounds, the feeling of the sun on your face. Now here's the terrifying part. That memory you're experiencing right now, I just planted half of it there. And you have no idea which half. Welcome back. Today we are talking about why your brain is basically a gaslighting ex who insists they're just trying to help us hear something nobody tells you in school. Your memory is not a recording. It's not like a video camera where you hit play and watch the same thing every time. If your brain were a camera, it would be one of those cheap knockoffs from a gas station that adds random filters, occasionally replaces your grandma with a cactus, and every time you watch the footage back, it changes slightly. Your memory is a reconstruction. Every single time you recall something, your brain doesn't just play the file. It opens it, edits it, and saves over the original. Like a Wikipedia article that anyone can edit, except the anyone is literally everything around you. This was first seriously studied by a psychologist named Elizabeth Loftus back in the 1970s. And what she discovered was so disturbing that it literally changed how we think about eyewitness testimony, criminal justice, and whether you should ever trust your own childhood memories. Because here's the thing, every time you remember something, that memory becomes vulnerable. Suggestions slip in. Leading questions reshape details. False information gets baked in like raisins in a cookie, except you didn't ask for raisins. And now you're wondering why your cookie tastes like betrayal. Let me walk you through the classic experiment, because this is where it gets wild. Loftus showed participants a video of a car accident. Nothing fancy, just two cars colliding. Then she asked them a series of questions. But here's the trick. She changed one tiny word depending on the group. To Group A, she asked, how fast were the cars going when they smashed into each other? To Group B, how fast were the cars going when they hit each other? One word. Smashed versus hit. That's it. Group A, the smash group, estimated the cars were going significantly faster. But that's not even the crazy part that a week later, Loftus asked everyone, did you see any broken glass at the accident scene? There was no broken glass in the video. None. Zero. Nada. The video was cleaner than my browser history after my mom borrows my laptop. But Group A, the smashed group, they were twice as likely to say they saw broken glass. The word smashed didn't just change their estimate of speed, it retroactively edited their memory to include details that never existed. Your brain heard smashed, thought, oh, this was a serious accident, and then manufactured broken glass to match the story it was now telling itself. It filled in the gap with something that made sense. Like when you're watching a movie and your brain auto-completes the dialogue because the audio cut out for a second. Except the movie is your life. And now you're testifying in court about glass that was never there. So why does your brain do this? Is it just lazy? Is it trying to sabotage you? Did your brain and your memory have some kind of falling out that you're not aware of? Not exactly. Your brain is actually trying to be helpful, it's just terrible at it. Like a friend who helps you move by mostly holding the pizza and giving directions you didn't ask for. Here's what's happening neurologically. When you encode a memory, it's not stored as one complete file. It's scattered. Visual information goes to the visual cortex. Emotional content goes to the amygdala. Sounds, smells, context, all stored in different neighborhoods of your brain like some weird neurological suburbia. When you recall that memory, your brain has to gather all these pieces, reconstruct the scene, and present it to your conscious mind. But reconstruction means construction. And construction means you can add things, remove things, change the lighting, cast different actors. The misinformation effect works because your brain prioritizes coherence over accuracy. It wants the story to make sense more than it wants the story to be true. So when someone gives you a plausible detail, like the car's smashed, your brain goes, yes, smashed, that fits, and smashed cars probably have broken glass. So I probably saw broken glass, that it's not lying to you. It's just really committed to the bit. And the scariest part? You can't tell the difference. False memories feel exactly as real as true memories. They have the same emotional weight, the same vividness, the same I can practically see quality. Researchers have successfully implanted entirely false memories in people. Memories of getting lost in a shopping mall as a child, of meeting Bugs Bunny at Disney World, which is impossible because Bugs is Warner Brothers, and Disney would rather set fire to their castle than let that happen, even of committing crimes that never occurred. And these people, they believed it. They added details over time. They got emotional retelling these fake stories. Their brains had written a fan fiction of their own lives, and their conscious mind was reading it as canon. Now, if you're thinking, okay, this is fascinating, but does it actually matter outside of a psychology lab? Oh, buddy, buckle up. In the 1980s and 90s, there was a wave of cases involving recovered memories of childhood abuse. Adults in therapy suddenly remembered horrific events that, in many cases, never happened. Therapists using hypnosis, guided imagery, and repeated suggestion were accidentally, or sometimes deliberately, planting false memories. Families were destroyed. Innocent people went to prison. And the truly tragic part? The victims in these cases weren't lying. They genuinely believed these memories were real. Their brains had been edited so thoroughly that the false memories were indistinguishable from reality. Eyewitness testimony is still one of the most convincing forms of evidence in court. But it's also one of the least reliable. The Innocence Project has found that mistaken eyewitness identification plays a role in about 70% of convictions that were later overturned by DNA evidence. 70%. That means the person pointing at the defendant and saying that's the guy, they might be completely sincere and completely wrong. Their memory was shaped by the photo lineup, by the questions police asked, by the stress of the situation, by the passage of time. And it doesn't even take a crime scene for this to mess with your life. Have you ever had an argument with someone where you both remember the conversation completely differently? Where you're both absolutely 100% certain that you're the one remembering it correctly? Yeah, that's probably the misinformation effect. Or one of you is actually wrong and neither of you can tell. Or you're both wrong. Welcome to the human condition. It's a group project and nobody read the instructions. Even simple things get warped. The Mandela Effect, where large groups of people remember something incorrectly, like the Berenstain Bears being spelled Berenstein. That's basically crowdsourced misinformation. We saw it spelled one way, someone else said it was another. Our brains went, that sounds right. And now we have a collective false memory shared by millions. Your brain isn't a hard drive. It's a storyteller. And like all storytellers, it takes liberties with the source material. Okay, so your memory is basically a Wikipedia article being edited by a committee of chaos gremlins. Is there anything you can do about it? Sort of. You can't make your memory perfectly accurate. That's not how human brains work. But you can be aware of the editing process. First, the sooner, the better. Memories degrade over time. The gap between an event and your recollection of it is like a game of telephone with yourself, and the line gets longer every day. If something important happens, document it immediately. Not because your notes are perfect, but because your future self will absolutely change the story. Second, watch out for leading questions. If someone asks you, "Did you see the broken glass?" That's neutral. But did you see all that broken glass? Or the car was going pretty fast, right? Those are planting seeds. Notice when questions assume details. Your brain is eager to please and will add those details retroactively just to make the questioner happy. Third, embrace uncertainty. The most dangerous memory is the one you're 100% certain about. Confidence does not equal accuracy. Some of your most vivid memories are probably the most edited ones, because you've recalled them so many times that they've been through more rewrites than a Marvel movie script. And finally, photos and videos lie too. Not because they're fake, but because they become your memory. You don't remember the vacation. You remember the photos of the vacation. The camera pointed left, so your brain forgets what was on the right. You took a selfie at the restaurant. So now your memory of the conversation is shaped by the angle of your face in that photo. Your brain is always choosing what to keep, what to discard, and what to invent. The best you can do is stay humble about what you think you know. So, to bring this back to where we started, that happiest day of your life that I asked you to picture at the beginning. I don't know what you imagined, but I know this. Some of what you just experienced in your mind didn't happen the way you remember it. The colors might be wrong. The dialogue is probably paraphrased. Someone who was there might remember it with completely different emotional weather. And that's not a bug in the human operating system. It's a feature, just a really weird, unreliable, occasionally dangerous one that your brain lies to you about the past because it's not trying to preserve the past. It's trying to build a story that makes sense of who you are now. And sometimes in the process, it adds broken glass that was never there. So the next time someone says, I distinctly remember, maybe take it with a grain of salt. Even if that someone is you, especially if that someone is you. Thanks for watching. If this video changed how you think about your own mind, hit subscribe. And maybe write down why you liked it before your brain edits that memory too. And hey, comment below. What's one memory you're 100% sure about, but your family swears happened differently? Let's see how many false memories we can uncover in the comments. Wait, did I already film the outro? I don't remember filming the outro. Did someone tell me I filmed the outro?